So, I couldn't believe it when I first heard it, because I thought this had to be some sort of massive joke. But it looks like Count Dankula, Sargon of Akkad, Paul Joseph Watson, I think so far last I'd heard, and probably more of the brain trust to follow, have joined UKIP. So Sargon is no longer a classical liberal. He's now a kipper. For those of you who don't know, or are not from here, someone who is a member of UKIP is referred to as a kipper. So, oh my god. And the reasoning behind, I love the reasoning behind this, because it is absolutely goes 100% to the core of what these people are about, and that the fact that they do not understand policy. What these people are, they are the first-year college students who have done their first year in politics and think for some reason that they somehow know everything about politics. These guys can talk a big game about freedom of speech, and this is why they joined, apparently, because UKIP are the only party fighting for freedom of speech. Right, okay. This is absolutely ridiculous on so many fronts, because first of all, you can have this idea of you want to fight for free speech, but what do you actually want? And this is where the problems start to come, because you now have to have laws. Do you want to, for example, change the Constitution? That means we probably have to have a referendum, meaning that you have to reach at least 61% or above to be able to effect change to the UK's constitution. That's point number one. The second of all, if you want to change the constitution, what is that wording going to be? What is the law going to be? If you want to, for example, maybe change a law that you claim is affecting your freedom of speech, what about this law do you want to change? What part of a law do you want to get rid of? For example, Count Dankula said he wants to get rid of the 2003 Communications Act. Doesn't even know what's in the rest of the Communications Act, by the way, because if you got rid of that act, you would damage Ofcom, which is the TV and office regulatory body. It would also damage, I believe, newspaper regulatory reporting. It would also damage internet usage as well. These are just a number of things that were actually in that act. So for him to go and say, I want to get rid of that, he knows nothing about it. Now, if he wants to amend that act, then maybe we're starting to talk. But this is what I've been talking about these guys all the time. They're all talk, but when it comes to putting their theories, their ideas into practical solutions, into practical ideas, and turning them into reality, that's where they fall apart. That's what they don't talk about. You saw this clearly when Sargon was talking to Sam Cedar. He had no idea about policy. None of these guys have any idea about policy. Do they even understand, for example, what a lot of things that UKIP are standing for? UKIP, if you want to look at their last manifesto, are even more right-wing than some of the far right of the Tory party in some of their respects. They want to, I think there was one that said you want to people who claim benefits can only claim benefits for 6 months. After that, you may be even kicked off, or you get your benefits reduced to even more than what people are now. And they want to reduce benefit payments again as a whole. I remind you, the biggest source of social budgetary is not from benefit payments. It's actually from pensions. But of course, they don't want to bring that up. So I look forward to people now, because now Sargon has joined a political party. He is no longer a centrist, liberal, whatever he wants to call himself. He is a kipper. And now you can now attack him for the things that UKIP have said and for the things that UKIP are promoting. Paul Joseph Watson says he wants to do a soft takeover of the party. That's not going to happen. No way. That'll be, although if it does, I would love to see that, because that will be hilarious, because then they actually have to start producing policy. And here's the thing, as I've said 100 times, as I've already said in this video, these guys, when it comes to talking about policy or implementing policy or, you know, turning the ideas into an actual physical law that will have actual ramifications on this country, they know nothing. And, oh my god, it will become hilarious to watch what happens. I mean, you had Count Dankula do his announcement video when he joined UKIP. Well, I'm looking forward to him doing more of those videos and him trying to justify far-right policies to his country, you know, that will affect his country. So, yeah, bring it on, guys. But congratulations for actually having up and manning up and joining a far-right party. Good on you guys. I have slightly more respect for you for actually saying what you are, that you are now kippers. I don't know how committed they're going to be to the kipper cause, but hey, at least they're no longer claiming that they're classical liberals.